Good afternoon, students. There is some power problem. That's why I'm not able to connect properly on time. Uh, Audio is okay.
Yes, sir.
Just wait a bit. Again, we face some problem. Just wait a bit. So, good afternoon. Last time, audio is okay now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the reply. Last time, I have given you idea about the probability density function and cumulative distribution function. So some question we have done. So in series of that, we have this question also. You can read. Right. I'm going to do this question. So that CDF fx is a non-decreasing function. That is, if x1 less than x2 implies fx1 less than equal to fx2. Under what condition will fx1 is equal to fx2? So if the it is given to you x1 less than equal to x2, so from here, what is the definition of the? It is given to you that x1 less than x2, and if you want to compute the fx2, what is the fx2? It is the probability that x less than equal to x2. So this can be written as probability x less than equal to x1 plus probability from x1 and x1 to x2, from x1 to x2. So what is this? This will become the f of x1 plus probability of x1 less than x less than equal to x2. and you know that probability is always the non-negative. So here we have the fx2 minus fx1 greater than or equal to 0. This implies that fx2 is greater than equal to f of x1. So this shows that f is the non-decreasing function. This implies f is non-decreasing non-decreasing function. And when it is equal to 0, is equal to fx2 is equal to fx1 when probability of x1 x x2 is equal to 0, then only they are equal. So that is written here. Now, afterward, very important thing, expected value. Till now, I have given you the idea of the how the total probability 1 is distributed for the all possible values of the random variable. But just from the distribution, you cannot judge. You cannot give the quick insight about the distribution. For those purpose, we have the some expectation. So we start from the expected value of the x. So what is expectation or distribution? So density function of a random variable completely describe the behavior of the variable. Means how the total probability is distributed among all possible values of the one. But knowledge of following important constants, the knowledge of the numerical values of these parameters give you the researcher the quick insight into the nature of the variable. Means how the variable is behaving. From these constant, from these numerical value, you can say some important thing about the random variable. What are these three one? These are the mean, we denote it by the mu. It is the variance, we denote by the sigma square, and standard deviation, we denote it by the sigma. So what are these? Let us understand one by one. So let us, you have the experiment rolling a die. So when we are rolling a die, we have the output, possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all have the equal probability of 1 by 6. So if I say, what is the mean value? What is the mean observation? What is the mean output? So how you compute the mean output? You compute the mean output as, right? If the x can take the value, x can take the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we denote the mean by the ex also or mu also. So what the mean, you know, it is the 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 divided by the 6. Arithmetic mean, you know. So from here, if you observe, what is this? This is a 1 into 1 by 6 plus 2 into 1 by 6 plus 3 into 1 by 6 plus 4 into 1 by 6 plus 5 into 1 by 6 plus 6 into 1 by 6. It means it is what? If you write in the technical form, right? So it is the x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 into corresponding probability 1 by x, and x can take the value from 1 to 6. So this is the basic formula for computing the expectation. So from here, if you will see this value will come the 3.5, right? So it is not necessary whatever the expected value, that should be the possible outcome of the random variable. It is not necessary. Here you can see the possible outcome of rolling a die is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here the expectation is coming the 3.5.
Sir, what is E of X?
E of X is the expected value of X. Means we expect, what is the meaning? This is the 3.5. We expect the 3.5, but outcome is coming either 3 or 4. We expect the 3.5, but outcome is coming the 2 or 5. Outcome is coming either the 1 or 6. It means the observed value, the possible values are distributed around the expected value. If it is the distribution, so it is distributed around the expected expected value. This is the expected value. That is, for example, average of the class test. So all the marks are distributed around the average. Some students have the more marks, some students have the less marks.
Sir,
So yes,
sir, mean is same as expectation.
pardon.
Mean is same as expectation.
Uh, Please speak louder little. I'm not getting your voice.
Sir, mean,
E,
mean.
mean. Mean is the expected value. Yes, mean is the expected value. So here I am defining now expectation. What is the definition of the expectation? Let x be the discrete random variable and hx be the function of x. So when x is the random variable, then hx is also the random variable, right? Function of the random variable is also random variable. Then the expected value of hx denoted by e of hx. E of hx we defined as summation x belongs to x hx into fx, means value. This is the value and this is your probability. Value into probability. Sum of value into probability will give you the expected value or the mean, where fx is the density of the x provided sum of mod of the hx fx should be the finite. Otherwise we will say the expectation will not exist. For the existence of the expectation, it is necessary to be it is necessary for the existence of the this summation. It is mandatory, it is necessary for the existence. This should exist, right? This should exist or this should be the finite. If it is not finite, then we say hx hasn't the expectation. Means just existence of this summation is not enough. If this is existing and this is not existing, then we say it is the it is not an expectation. For the existence of the expectation, it is mandatory for the existence of both the summation. Then only we say it is the expectation. So let us see what it is written. EHX can be interpreted as average value of HX, or the mean value of HX. If summation for all x mod of hx fx diverges, means it is not finite, then e of hx does not exist irrespective of convergence of the summation hx fx. Means what is the statement? If this summation is existing but this is not existing, then also we will say expectation is not existing. Because sometimes for example, we have the series of the plus minus 1. So in that case, we haven't we cannot compute the proper summation. So for the existence of the expectation, it should be the absolutely convergent. Ex measure the average value of x. Instead of the hx, if you write only the instead of hx, if you write the x, means x itself is the function of x. So ex measures the average value of x and is called the mean of x and denoted by the mu x or simply mu. Distribution is scattered around the mu. As I have told you here, the distribution means all the possible values are distributed around this average value. So the distribution is scattered around this, thus it indicates the location parameter, right? It indicates the location of the center of the value of the x, hence we called it as a location parameter. Now what are the properties of the mean? So we have the two important property. First, if x is the random variable and c is the real number, any arbitrary constant, then e of c is equal to c. So what is the meaning? What is the e of c? By definition, it is the summation for all value of x, c into fx. Since c is the constant, we can write for all x, c into this fx, right? And we know that what is this? This is equal to 1. Sum of all probability is equal to 1. So C into 1, that is the C. So when the E of C means expected value of the constant is always the constant. Then after we have E of Cx. E of Cx is equal to C into E of x. Means here we have, if you have to compute E of Cx. E of Cx is what? By definition, summation for all x, Cx into fx. Cx into fx. So this can be written as summation C you can take outside for all x into fx. And what is this x into fx? X is the value and fx is the fx is the probability. So this will become the C E of x. Means here what we are saying, when I am saying that ex means by the definition you have seen E of hx. E of hx means it is the summation hx into fx. So when we have to compute the ex, so it is the summation of x into fx for all x,
So,
right?
sir,
So this is yes.
so when we say E of C, we mean the probability of constant.
Probability E of C means expected value of constant.
Okay.
Means if the observation is constant, then naturally if all students have the same marks out of 100, all have the 60 60 60 60 only, then naturally the average is 60 only.
Okay, got it.
Sir, why did you
Yes.
write C inside the function? For like E of Cx, we wrote Cx into Fx. Why not F of Cx?
F of Cx. No, actually that I have told you now. Here what is the formula? E of hx. E of hx is what? Value of hx. Value of hx into corresponding probability. Not f of hx. Density corresponding to x. Right? For example, if you have to compute the E of x square, for example, if you have to compute the E of x square, it means it is the summation x square value into associated probability. Clear?
Okay, sir.
That is the formula. Now prove that for the real number AB, E of x plus E of ax plus b is equal to a E of x. So expectation follow the linear property, means E of ax plus E of b. Expectation follow the linear property, so we can write like this, and this can be written as E of x just by the previous theorem plus b. So that is the proof of this. From here, now you have the second characteristic known as the variance of x. So variance of x measure the variability. See, if I am teaching the two classes, in both classes we have the around 50 students, and I have conducted one test. Right, in one class average is 50, in another class also average is 50. But marks range in first class, marks range from 40 to 60, but in another class marks range from 10 to 90. So where, in which class I have the same IQ student, or where I have the consistent data? So that you can measure through the variance. In the first class, we have the same IQ student or consistent student, or means my teaching or grasping is the same. But in other class we have the student of the different IQ level. So that you can measure with the help of the variance. So next is the variance and standard deviation. Variability is not being measured by the mean. Mean just give you the central value around which all the possible outcomes are existing, but it is not measuring the variability. To measure the variability, we have the two standard expectation known as the variance and standard deviation. So parameter must reflect the consistency or lack of it. Means sometimes, many times we require the consistency. Means whether the whether the product is uniform or not. So from where you say that product are uniform or not, means by seeing the consistency. But if all the products are looking alike, then we say these are the consistent, otherwise it is not consistent. So means variability is important in any random experiment. Variability is important that you can measure with the help of the variance. The measure to assume a large or small positive value if the random variable fluctuate in a sense that it often assume the value far or cluster from its mean value. Means what is the, if I have the two situations, if I'm saying that this is the observation, for both we have the mean at the same position. Now here the observation are concentrating or clustering around this, and here we have the distribution from this. So here what we have the far point, here we have the near point, near observation, here we have the far observation. So for this we say it is the consistent, it is the consistent, and it is the inconsistent, it is inconsistent. So that you can measure with the help of the variance. So what is the variance? So definition: if the discrete random variable x has mean mu, its variance we denote by the VAR x, or the sigma square, defined by expected value of x minus mu whole square. Means what we are measuring? Here we are measuring, for example, here what we have, let this is the mean mu, here we have the x1 observed value, here we have the x2, here we have the x3, here we have the x4, here we have the x5. So actually how you are measuring the variability, the difference between the x1 minus mu, x2 minus mu, x3 minus mu, x4 minus mu, x5 minus mu, and we take their sum. So it will give you the total variability. So when we are taking the sum, because we are taking the first difference, so difference can be the positive or negative, right? And when we take the sum, so there may be the cancellation effect. To avoid the cancellation, what we will do, we take the x minus mu whole square and its average value. If its average value means expectation, so that we denote by the variance of x, that measure the variance of x or total variability. So the standard deviation we denote by the sigma. It is nothing, it is a non-negative square root of the variance of x. So actually what the problem you have faced when we are subtracting the x minus mu, right? So some doubt?
No, sir, you can continue.
So here we have the x minus mu. X minus mu means we can have the result either the positive or negative. To avoid this, what we have done? We have done the square. So actually now you are taking the average of the square, right? Average of the square, but that is not of much use because our product mean whatever the difference that you have squared, right? So actually that not as of much use. So to avoid that, what we will do, we take the square root of that, square root of the variability, square root of the variance, and that we denote by the sigma and known as the standard deviation. Standard deviation. So here note that variance of x is always non-negative. It is either the 0 or positive. Never the variance and standard deviation can be the negative. Both will be always the positive or 0 only. So from here only we have the Six Sigma technology only. From here only we have the term Six Sigma technology. What is the meaning of the Six Sigma technology? Generally in Japan we have the Six Sigma technology for the production. Means when you are producing the 10 to power 6 item, when you are producing the 10 to power 6 item, there is a chance of difference in product, right? Or to anyone is only the 1 by 10 to power 6. Means there is so much accuracy, right? They work in so much accuracy that all the, if they are producing right? They are producing the 10 to the power 6, so there is a chance of error with one product only. That is the 6 sigma technology. Nowadays, they are looking for the 12 sigma technology. 12 sigma technology means in production of the 10 to the power 12 products of same type. So there is a chance of any particular error to a particular only one product. That is the 12 sigma technology.
Sir,
Yes.
in the note it was written if it exists. When does variance does not exist?
When I'm saying that, what is the variance? Variance is the expectation of x minus mu whole square. This, so by definition, it is the for all x minus mu whole square into fx, right? So, and for this, this summation should exist. Sometimes if this summation is not existing, then we cannot determine the I will show you. There is one example. I will show you that for all it is not necessary. We can compute the expectation for all the distribution. So for the existence of the expectation, this summation should exist. Yes. Yes.
So actually, your voice is breaking a lot. So actually, your voice is breaking a lot.
No, sir, it's clear.
Actually, I have connected with my personal mobile.
No, sir, it's clear.
It's
Sir,
clear.
it's clear.
No problem.
So variance measures the dispersion variability of x considering x minus mu, the difference between the variable and its mean. It is large if the value of x away from the mu have a large probability, that is the value of the x are more likely to be spread, right? Means if the difference is large, we say observation is spread out, right? If it is less, then we say observation is clustered, and this indicates the inconsistency or instability of the random variable. So if the variance is large, then we say process is unstable. If we have the very low variance, low standard deviation, then we say process is consistent or stable. So the same thing is written here. Now, so in this case, in case of the expectation, what you have to do from the all observed value, you have to subtract the mu, then you have to take the square, then you have to take the average. So to avoid this long process, we have the shortcut formula for the variance. So what is the shortcut formula for the variance? So here we have the what is the shortcut formula? E of means if you compute the variance of x is what? E of x minus mu whole square. This can be written as E of x square minus 2 mu x plus mu square. Simple. Open the square. We know that expectation is follow the linear property, so it is the E of x square minus E of 2 mu x plus E of mu square. We have seen the properties of the expectation. It will remain the ex square. From here you can take the 2 mu constant, E of x, and this is what? Mu square, and E of x we can denote by the mu. So E of x square minus 2 mu square plus mu square, that will become the ex square minus mu square, that can be written as E of x square minus square of ex, because mu we can write as a ex, so square of the ex. So that is the formula of the computational formula of variance of x. Variance of x. So what is this? Summation x square into fx minus square summation of x into fx. So using this, we can compute the variance of the variance of random variable x. Clear? Now, properties of the variance. So variance of x is equal to e of x square minus square of the ex, that we have proved. Right, that we have proved. Then after, for a real number c, variance of c is equal to 0, and variance of the cx is equal to c square variance of x. So when we are saying that, we have the constant observation. Constant observation means there is no variability. All the observations are constant. So naturally there is no variability. So variance should come 0. So by definition, whatever the computational formula, by that what we have to do, variance of x or variance of c means we have to compute the e of c square minus e of c square of the e of c, and by the theorem of the expectation, it will become the c square, it will become the c whole square, that is the c square minus c square, that is the 0. If you have to compute the variance of cx means it is the expectation of cx whole square minus square of expectation of the cx. Expectation of cx, this can be written as e of c square x square minus, this can be written as c e of x whole square, and constant you can take outside, so it will become the e of x square minus c square, it is the square, c square if you are taking common, so inside the bracket we have e of x square minus square of ex, square of ex. So what is this big bracket? Big bracket is what? C square, it is the variance of x. So means variance of c into x is equal to c square into variance of x. Clear? So from here we have the very important conclusion, means if you have to compute the variance of the ax plus b, so that is equal to the a square variance of the x only, because variance follow the linear property. So you can write it as the variance of b also, but variance of b is what? It is equal to 0. So it is equal to only the a square variance of x, or before that you can say, you can add one more step, variance of ax plus variance of b, right? So this is the property of the variance of x. So the same thing is written. One more thing, one important thing, when I'm very important thing, when we say x is in term, let's say centimeter, kg, right, second, if observation has some units, then ex also has the same unit, variance of x is unitless, but standard deviation of x also has the same unit. Whatever the unit of x, ex and standard deviation both have the same unit, whatever the unit of x, but variance is unitless constant or unitless expectation, because there we are squaring the difference, due to that it is the unitless. Here we will not write the centimeter square or kg square or second square, right? So please take care, in many competitive exam you can face this thing.
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
note, variance are used often for comparative purpose. Generally, when we have to compare the product, two things, two process, two product, then we use the variance. Variance are used often for the comparative purpose to choose between the two variables that otherwise appear to be identical. The product, the process, the product which seems to be identical. So just by seeing the variability, we can differentiate between them. So for that purpose, we use the variance. It is essentially pure number whose associated units are often physically meaningless. But standard deviation has advantage of having the associated with it the same unit as the original data. Means if original data is of x centimeter, then we say standard deviation is of also centimeter. The large standard deviation implies that the random variable x is rather inconsistent. If the standard deviation is large, then we say data is inconsistent, otherwise data is consistent. And when the data is inconsistent, then we say the process, the output, the possible outcomes are it is very hard to predict, or we can say it is unstable. Process is unstable.
So,
Yes.
so if standard deviation is under root of variance, then why that as units?
Actually,
Not
whatever the cancellation we have done due to the square, that we want to regain. For that purpose, we have taken the square root. So now when we are taking the square root, so we are assuming that the now units, the whatever the difference, 10 cent means when we are taking the difference. So when we are taking the difference, means here the average weight is 10 kg, observed weight is 11 kg. So 11 kg minus 10 kg you can do. Actually, when we are taking the square root, we instead of the x minus mu, we are computing the x minus mu square. We are doing only the x minus mu.
okay.
An appliances dealer sells the three different model of upright freezers having 13.5, 15.9, 19.1.
Sir, can you zoom the slide? Yes.
13.5, 15.9 and 19.1 cubic feet of storage space respectively. Let X be the amount of the storage space purchased by next customer to buy the freezer. Suppose that X has the probability mass function like this, 0.2, 0.5, 0.3. So when the total probability is 1, it means there is no other type of the fridge, only these three types. Compute the EX, EX square and variance of X. So what is the EX? We have the three type of the fridge, right? 13.5, 13.5, 15.9, 19.1. And corresponding probabilities is given to you 0.2, 0.5 and 0.3. This only 0.2, 0.5, 0.3. Right. Now you have to compute the EX, EX square and VX. So what is the EX?
It's 13.5.
Pardon?
So 13.5.
So EX is what? Summation for all X, X into Fx. It means it is equal to what? X 13.5 corresponding probability 0.2 plus 15.9 corresponding probability 0.5 plus 19.1 corresponding probability 0.3. That is the EX. What is the EX square? Summation of X square into Fx for all X. So it is the 13.5 square into 0.2 plus 15.9 square into 0.5 plus 19.1 square into 0.3. That will give you ex square. Ex square. And what is the variance of x? Variance of x is the, by computational formula, e of x square minus square of ex, square of ex. So whatever you have in the first part, from that you can compute the variance of x. So here we have the result, e of x is equal to 16.38. So we have the three type of the freeze, but average is the average space is the 16.38 cubic feet. E of x square 272.298. So variance of x will come 3.9936. Then after if the price of the freezer having the capacity x cubic feet is 25x minus 8.5, what is the expected price? So actually we have to compute the e of hx. Hx means function of x, means e of 25x minus 8.5x, right? So it is what, e of 25x minus e of 8.5. It
So
follows
can
the
you show
linear
question
property.
once?
Just so 25 e of x minus 8.5, and e of x you have computed, so just you put here, so it will give you the expected price. Question is, they have given the price depend over the capacity, and relation between the price and capacity is the 25x minus 8.5. So you have to determine what is the expected price. Expected price means mean price. What is the variance of the price? So when we have to compute the variance of the price, so variance of price means variance of 25x minus 8.5. So it will become variance of 25x, right? Now please take care, here we have to write the plus, then variance of minus 8.5. Minus 8.5, never we use the minus in taking this variance. Then after now 8.5 is the constant, so variance of the constant is 0, so it is 0. Now you can say it is 0, but never you write the minus variance of this. And here we have the 25 square variance of x, c square into variance of x. So that is the 625 into variance of x. So whatever the variance we have, just you put the value, you will get the required variance. So just
sir?
I have to explain here how to compute. Yes.
So if it is 8.5 minus 25x, then we'll keep minus or not?
No, good question here to explain. If it is the 8.5 minus 25x, then we have to write the variance of 8.5 plus variance of 25 minus 25x, right? It is equal to 0 plus minus 25 square variance of x, that is the 625 variance of x. Means variance can never be the negative, right? Variance can never be the negative. Just last part. Suppose that although the rated capacity of freezer is x, the actual capacity is hx, x minus 0.1 into x square. What is the expected actual capacity of the freezer purchased by the next customer? So here the hx is given to you, x minus 0.01 x square. So you have to compute the x minus 0.1 into x square, right? You have to compute the expectation of this. So what is the, what we can write? It follow the linear properties, so e of x, right? Plus, no problem, everywhere you write the plus expectation of 0.1 into x square. X square. So it can be written as E of x plus now minus of 0.1. You can take outside E of x square. This can be written as E of x minus 0.1 E of x square. E of x square. Right? So here we have the this is the required answer. So only the main thing you have to take this question is chosen just to explain the sign, how to handle the sign. Now, is there any doubt? So here I'm stopping. In next class we continue. Is there any doubt?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can you please explain mathematically why you wrote E of C is equal to 1 in the tab note?
E of C is equal to 1.
Yeah.
No. E of C is equal to C.
Yeah, E of X is equal to where X is equal to C, you wrote 1, no, sir, above. Where you were writing the...
Just you see where I'm scrolling, just you tell me where you are.
Yes,
You have the doubt. Nowhere I have written this E of C is equal to.
Sir, where you wrote that
yes,
expectation
sir.
of all
Sir,
events.
E of C, yes, sir. E of C is equal to C, sir. This part, sorry.
Huh? So it is the sum of probability. Sum of probability. Fx is what? Probability mass function, na?
Yes, sir. So we should
So
add
sum
up to 1. It should add up to 1. That's why.
Huh?
But sir, like,
total
sir, but
probability is 1.
Sir, but when we multiply expect, sir, like E of, sir, why have you written C into Fx, sir? That C would be variable, no, for x1, x2, x3 different
But
xi.
we are expecting it should be the variable, but it is not necessary. The observation should be the variable.
So, but like, so like if we,
when you are playing a Ludo,
yes, sir.
You are expecting that output should come the 1 2 3 4 5 6.
Yes, sir.
But it is not necessary that output should come the 1 2 3 4 5 6. Always it may come the 3 3 3 3 3. It is a chance only, na? It is a chance only, na?
So E of C represents like if we have a Ludo, so on a 6 rolls, we get all the 3. That is C, like all the same outcomes.
All the same observation. If the observations are same.
So like if we toss a coin 2 times,
For example, when we are talking about the Six Sigma technology,
yes, sir.
You are making the one pen of length 10 centimeter. So they are producing all pen of the 10 centimeter only.
So that is
there is no error.
Like every xi is same.
Same, huh?
Okay. Yes. Thank you, sir.
There is no variability in the observation.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Any other doubt? Anyone?
Sir, can you please explain that why variance is unitless while the standard deviation is
variance when we are taking the x minus mu, so kg minus kg, it's correct. But as we are taking the square, we are neglecting the plus and minus effect. Due to that, actually now it is not a correct difference. So if it is not a correct difference, so that's why it is the unitless, physically meaningless.
So sir, in this we only take the magnitude, not
Means we cannot say na ki now it is the kg square. Difference is the kg square.
Yeah.
It is a difference square because it is not now proper difference. After taking the square, it is not a proper difference. That's why it is a physically meaningless.
Okay, sir.
Any other doubt?
Sir, what is V of minus x?
V of minus x. This you are asking? You can say it is the variance of x minus 1 into x. That is the minus 1 whole square variance of x, and it is the v of x. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Any other doubt?